Joshua Smith here, and welcome to the GSD Mode podcast. Now get shit done and smash that subscribe button now. What is up, my peeps? Joshua Smith here with another GSD Mode podcast interview where every single week I interview top entrepreneurs, top real estate professionals, and straight top badasses out there dominating their space. These are people choosing to not live a life of mediocrity, but instead to go out there and create big, amazing, epic lives for themselves and their families. And today, we got two rockstar guests on the show. So these guys operate a real estate team together in Portland, Oregon. First year in production, they did $12 million the first year, and through a lot of the traditional cold calling ways that a lot of real estate agents do out there, right? Which is trading time for money. And one of the reasons I asked them to be on today, in addition to just kicking ass in real estate and selling a lot of real estate, is these guys are just crushing it with their content marketing, with their YouTube marketing, with their videos, and to the point where they're bringing in on certain weeks $5 million worth of new clients that are coming in, of signed clients, right? Just directly from the content that they're creating on YouTube. And I was just saying before I hit the record button that I probably sent their YouTube channel in the last week to about 100 different real estate agents, because I'm like, look, if you want somebody to model after, like, here's the dudes that are crushing it and killing it. And this is what you need to do. So really stoked and honored to have Jackson, Wilkey, and Jesse Dau on the show. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. We're so excited to be on here, man. It's definitely a blessing.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I'm honored, and you guys are just continue to impress the hell out of me. With everything that you're doing, man. It's so epic seeing. But before we get into what you guys are doing today, what you're doing with your YouTube channel, I'm intrigued in. So many real estate agents end up partnering up with another agent, right? And a lot of them get it wrong. I hear so many horror stories out of partnerships, and a lot of times it's I'm kicking ass over here, this agent's kicking ass over here. With combined efforts, we could double or triple. Right? They're not really, they don't have a strategic plan for partnering, but you guys have done it right, man. Your partnership has allowed your business to explode, and you both have different unique strengths that you bring to the business, and that combination just allows for that momentum. So kind of walk us through, man. Like, how did you guys meet, and how did the whole partnership come together?
Hit it.
Yeah. So so I was in real estate. I'm just coming up on my second year anniversary this month, and Jackson was in the title industry, and I'd gotten this listing, a huge mansion listing on expired, and it was outside of the jurisdiction that the current title company I was using was covering. So I signed the title to WFG National Title, which is where Jackson was at, and he literally hit me up on a video message and was like, "Hey man, I saw you open up title with us. Like, we're doing a lot of cool things with video. I would love to see how I can sit down and maybe implement some of these strategies to really help you promote your listing, grow your business." Big conference just ended that week. So I was like, I'd always been reached out to by title, lenders, all that stuff, right? Especially when you're brand new, but nobody ever hit me with a video message. And I was already into video, and I love social. And when he hit me up, I was just like, one, I thought he looked cool. And two, I was just like, this is my type of person. I definitely hang out with him. So we ended up meeting. He ended up actually living by me. Mm-hmm. And then the title officer that he rolled up to lived by him as well. So basically all three of us lived in the same area. And really that was just the natural way that we met. And I still have the video today. I send it to him all the time.
Dude, it's hilarious, man.
I'm like, this is 10,000 gin and tonics ago. And then this is where we are today. But yeah, that's really how we met. And then he ended up deciding to get into real estate because he was helping so many real estate agents grow their business through, digital and social. And the one thing I really admired about him was he was so good at figuring out building funnels and Facebook ads. And I knew your stuff. So I was always doing stuff for free, but I was really impressed by the way that he was always able to just sit down and be so dedicated to learning any process, and then turning around and using that strategy to help agents. It was just such a cool thing, because I'm a hardcore grinder, and then seeing someone like Jackson out there in title really inspired me to think bigger, and also knowing that a title rep like him at the time was adding more value than just the pens and all that stuff. Because I'm always a firm believer that everyone dots their I's, crosses their T's, X's and O's, like, how is somebody going to really align with my business and also help me grow my business in the way that I want to grow it, you know? And I really felt that Jackson was like that type of person that was, you know, a really, just genuine person, just like me, but was also doing things the same way I was, which was really cool.
Yeah. So what's so cool about that too is you guys were able to kind of test drive each other, you know, right? To see if the partnership would work, you know, doing business, you know, together, helping each other market and you know, the title. You're able to see both each other, you know, in the trenches.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So then, you know, Jackson ended up deciding to get into real estate and ended up coming to work for our company that I was at.
He recruited the hell out of me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, heck, it wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
But no, he got his real estate license and we were just kind of like doing solo thing. And then we were both working with the same company that would like built out like a website, and we really focused on growing each of our own communities. So Jackson was focused out in Beaverton. I was focused on the Pearl District, and I lived downtown. So we each had two different community groups. One was called Beaverton Now. One was called Pearl District Now, which was mine. Hence the name, like Now's at the end of all of our stuff. And then we met these other two guys that works for Elevated REM with Travis Tom. And they were the ones that were putting all of our stuff together. And we kind of realized that we were just like, hey, we're doing all this stuff separate. Like, let's partner up, right?
Right. And then we literally jumped into the strength and weakness. I think, you know, you talk about this a lot, like finding people with strengths that maybe you don't have, delegation. We know, like today we can tell you he's very good at real estate and business. I'm very good at the marketing and video. And it was a perfect fit. Instead of having to go out and hire that videographer or, you know, any of that, we actually just joining forces, we're able to focus all of our time on our strengths. And that's how it really happened.
Yeah. So Jackson, I'm curious, dude, with, you know, it sounds like you were having a lot of success in title and doing what you were doing. And there can be a lot of money, man, for sales reps and you know, escrow and title, dude, that are out there, you know, pushing it. Like what, going through all of that, like what led you to making that transition and shift? Because I'm guessing you had a lot of opportunities to continue to grow and expand there, but like what was the ultimate thing that led you to jumping into real estate?
That's the easiest question in the world. That you can teach all these agents, you know, all the video and the marketing, but they won't do it. And it was almost frustrating me. Like, look, I'm just a titler. I'm going to help you grow a ton of business by video and social, you know, marketing. And I would go in and help them. And half of them would, you know, take a consultation and then blow me off. Jesse wanted to know more and more and more. And I just finally realized, like, what in the hell am I doing? Like doing this for somebody when I can do it for myself. You know, I can do it better than, you know, a lot of these agents out that I'm working with currently. And I was like, screw it, man, I'm on the wrong side of things. You know, the money's, you can make good money there too, but you can make a hell of a lot more in real estate. But at the end of the day, it's all about what you love doing. I didn't love that as much. I love producing content and video for real estate for myself and Jesse. That's like my true passion. So it was an easy no-brainer move.
Yep. Love it, dude. So then, you know, Jesse, I know before you and Jackson partnered, I don't know if maybe you're still doing a lot of these things today, but you know, your first year, 12 million in production, which, you know, commend you and congrats on that. That's
it's amazing. Yeah.
Kicked my ass, right? My first year. That's massive, dude. Right. So, but I know a lot of that was cold calling, you know, right? How is it transitioned now that you guys have brought in all this marketing, you teamed up? How is the business dynamic change with how you're bringing in clients now?
It's funny that you say that. Like I did do a lot of when I left a really good job and I had a lot of things that happened in my life that very personal, which I know you can relate to. I listened to a lot of your stuff, just like super, super bad things. But, it really was like, when you asked me how I did 12 million, it was like really just like an outlet of just like grinding and get my mind off of things. So even to this day, like, so I was doing only for sale by owner and open house because I knew those were the hottest leads on the planet. And I left a job making 6 figures where I'm like, I gotta keep making money. And it wasn't one of those things where I had time. So that's really what motivated me to really get going. And I really figured it out really fast. Now I would say like, I get a lot of people just calling me naturally, a lot of referral deals or people just like knowing I've sold a lot of houses in their neighborhood. They just hit me up and they're just like, hey, we've noticed you sold my neighbor's house. I'd love to work with you. I've sold like 6 houses side by side just by the neighbors knowing. But yeah, still like, I mean, I still text message and like call for sale by owners here and there, like the ones that I really like. And like, if one hits I live in a condo. So I saw one hit on the market, FSBO. I just started texting them, sending them video messages, got that listing. And then I still like, if I see an expired or something that I really like, I still love jumping on those because I just know like those are pretty easy money for me. But I would say like now it's a lot of referral engagement.
Yeah. Yep. Love it. So then, just out of curiosity, when you said, okay, when I see a FSBO, like the one that popped up in your condo and you're texting them and doing video messages to them, like, what do you, cause again, that's such a hot niche that so many realtors try to go after and most that try to go after it get burnt out and fail. Like, what are you doing that's different to allow you to go out there and close 12 million that first year? But even today, that's allowing you to, you keep saying that they're just so easy, right?
Yeah,
well,
it's not easy.
They're just listening to this. They're like, well, what the fuck? It's not easy for me, right? Like what makes it easy for you?
To me, that I really learned is my previous career. There's a really cool acronym I loved. It was called LAIR, listen, acknowledge, empathize, and restate. And it was really, to me, that really hit home of like, especially with what I went through before I came into real estate, was being super empathetic with people. And I heard another caller one time call this guy and was like, he had like a horrible situation. He was being super empathetic and excuse me, he was the guy was like really, really engaging with it. And I just heard that like the demeanor change in this guy. So I was like, holy crap, like I think if I was like empathetic with these people and just basically align myself with them, like instead of being combative or fighting against them or telling them that they're doing everything wrong, just basically align myself with them, understand, restate everything that they're saying, and develop a relationship with them, because you only have anywhere from 5 to 30 seconds to make that first impact. Rarely can you set the appointment on the first call. I mean, yeah, I've done it. Yeah, I've gone over there and got the listing, and I always ask for the appointment on every call. But once I started doing that, like things turned so quick, because I think that they weren't expecting me to be this nice guy and basically not fight them on everything that they're doing. Because at the end of the day, these people do think that what they're doing is the right thing. So if I'm telling you that you're doing everything wrong, you're automatically going to get pissed off at me and just think I'm your mortal enemy. The statistics of them accepting me to be their agent, if it does come to that point, is very little compared to if I'm being their friend. Yeah. So that's really what I think was a lot different than what I was doing and what other agents were doing. And I could see the results that I was listing almost every FSBO that was hitting the market that would actually be listed by an agent. Like there were certain ones that I wouldn't get probably because of like commissions or, whatever route they ended up going. But still, I mean, I can still, like I said on the video message, to me, it's just all about that one, I was being a friendly neighbor. Hey, I'm just here to help you whenever you want. Like if you need any assistance, any help, any guidance, I'm all here. So.
Yep. Love it, dude. Love it, man. So then let's jump into what you guys are doing with video and we'll talk a lot about your YouTube channel, but it's, you repurpose that content to your social, to all these other areas, but because it's such an important thing. And I truly believe that with the market, all the changes that we're seeing in the market, it's more important than ever to really become the information portal. And, I always say that, man, I spend more time on Zillow than I ever have in the past. Even though I give them zero of my money. Yep. But I always want to go on there because it's like, dude, they're the juggernaut. That's where the eyeballs are. What do they easily provide and do a great job at providing for the consumer, right? So then I can identify, well, where's the break? What can the consumer not find? And I want to be that bridge, and again, man, you guys, like, it's so difficult to find out like what lifestyle is like in that area. Yeah, everybody can go find out homes, right? But that's just like when I'm inside that door, what's my life outside that door going to look like? Right. And again, you guys have done such a brilliant job with this. So, can you just like walk us through like when you come to it? Because I think the issue that a lot of people have is thinking of the content to create all of the time. Right. So can you just kind of maybe just give us an overview of what your strategy is with this content creation, like what you're hitting on, and then we'll kind of dive deeper into the how-tos.
Yeah, I will. I'll just like paint a picture of like the way that I view the platform, because we looked at a lot of different platforms, and we did. We had a group of like where we train agents how to build their business through every platform, and we saw YouTube was like a giant open, a blue ocean basically. But the way that I view YouTube is just a giant funnel, and I think what we look at is we want to create content that's at the very top of funnel. That way, we're stepping in front of the clients before they ever get to like the Zillow leads or the Redfin people or anyone where they're already in the purchase pot, which I think when I look in and see what the bad things are that I think a lot of agents do, they're creating content for the consumer that's already in the purchase, escrow videos, title videos, home inspection videos, things like that. Like those are great if you're at the bottom of the funnel, but when you want to get the leads into your system, like when you talk about retargeting and how it can actually become that funnel, really you got to just cast a giant net to bring them all the way down to that phone call.
Yeah. So, and then to go back, like the topics like you're talking about, there's a search, there's an extension for your computer called Keywords Everywhere. There's also TubeBuddy. So what we did is, I got this extension on my computer, started just going down these rabbit holes of seeing what people were searching and the competition of those long tail keywords. You will have endless. I have a spreadsheet on my computer that's effing YouTube goldmine, and it is 27 video topics that I found in one evening of just searching keywords. So, if you're going to do a video right away, like cost of living in your city is a dominant video because everybody wants to know how much it costs to live in that city. So once you start searching these keywords, you have endless video topics to, start shooting content. So it goes as far as, the neighborhoods, top
Schools.
5 best neighborhoods, schools. So that's how we started out finding what people actually wanted to watch, and then you shoot those videos.
Yeah, because we also noticed that like the ones that were heavy competition, like say cheap homes in Phoenix, had so much competition, but nobody was looking at those videos. So that's when I talk about Blue Ocean, 700,000 optional views for videos that we're creating, which is why our YouTube channel has exploded.
Yeah. So then, and those that may not know, when you talk about keyword searches, right? The power of that is this is what people are, finger pecking into their keyboard of what they're searching for in the area. Yeah. Right. Which is so powerful.
On that real quick, because a lot of people are producing content, videos, and getting it to the Facebooks and the Instagrams. And if it has to do with real estate, like, hey, look at me in my open house and all that stuff, nobody really gives a shit about that because they didn't search that. So that's why you don't see any ROI on that stuff. It's really getting into what are people searching, because they type that in, they find the video that fits it. And if it's an interesting video, like we make them, they never leave it and they get all their answers. That's the huge difference.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's cool about it, dude, is, the name of the real estate game for realtors, right, is get people to know you, trust you, like you, right? Follow frequently with them, and eventually they do business with you if you continue that process. And, what you guys are creating is if somebody's looking to buy or sell, or if their brother or sister's a real estate agent or not, right, it's relevant content to anybody that just lives in the area or is thinking about moving to the area. There are a lot of lifestyle videos. Not that you don't have real estate stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. But, you have so much great content that, again, it's just becoming that information portal. And, if you go to most cities, right, and you start Googling your own city, most cities, local governments, right, they do such a shitty job at just showcasing that city.
Oh yeah.
Right. So then from there, right, you're coming up with these different topics, and then getting ready to go shoot with them, right. Then the next thing is just the fear of, well, how do I shoot it? How do I edit it? Or there's a lot of limiting beliefs of, man, I can't hire an editor or film team, or because you guys don't have some $20,000 worth of film setup.
No.
Right? Like you guys, you can spend $500 and have this stuff look world class, right? So can you kind of just
we started with a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So so if somebody's starting out and wanting to start this, kind of like walk us through, like, what are the key essentials that they need to have and to get this thing started? Yeah, man.
So what we started with, and we're actually using it on his laptop right now, is a wide angle lens by Aukey. If you want to list it, it's Aukey. You can clip that on your phone and it makes your phone a super wide angle. If not, you can't grab everything. So that's what we would do is we would go out into these communities, we would find the keywords, and it's super important to, be able to capture everything that these keywords, like if they're searching a neighborhood, you got to show them what that neighborhood's like. So to start out, you can literally just use your cell phone, and there's free editing if you have iPhone with iMovie. And that's how we literally started, was just going out there and shooting these community videos with our cell phone and editing them up and getting them. We really started progressing. But to start it, everybody says that, like, just use your phone, turn it on, but go into the community and tell them what it's like to live there. And I always tell people when they ask me that, like, Josh, you could tell me right now, like, your favorite 2 neighborhoods around you, like what makes them special. And you'll get emotional. You tell them, oh, dude, badass house is super friendly. My kids love jumping their bikes there and shit. Like that's what people want to know when moving here. So just literally speak from the heart. And you'll see our videos a lot where I'll blindside Jesse with a question of an area so that he just talks to me. Like he's just talking to me about, oh, dude, I was here last night at this market. So there's always markets going down the street, the badass coffee shops, you know, right down here. That's where we've started getting these followers because, you know, we're going in there and telling you exactly what it's like.
So how important then, well, look, before I get into the how important is the intro, right? Because most real estate agents is, oh, hey, Joshua Smith here with my home group. I'm here, yeah, right? And it's like, you got a few seconds, you know, right? But before I get into you know, really hooking their attention really quickly, you talked about, you know, starting with your iPhone, but today now you have a different setup. So if you were starting this all over again, would you do it the same way, or would you go right with the GoPro setup that you have right now? Because again, it's pretty inexpensive. I think any realtor can
100%. We spent more money on attachments to our cell phone than if we had just bought the damn GoPro to start. So there's that new DJI Pocket Cam, you know, those are great too, but get a vlogging setup, those little GoPros with the DJI, and roll with it. Beautiful film, super inexpensive, probably under $600 to start. I know you hit me up about it a while, but you just bought it. It's probably under about $600.
Yeah, well, I didn't know all the attachments, so I got probably $1,200 into it. But
yeah, you went a little more than us.
All right, so but yeah, man, when I hit you up, because like I'm like, dude, what are you shooting off of, right? Because it was, yeah, I mean, it looked such high level professional grade, right? You know, but there's also a difference with the newest GoPro that's out, the Hero 7 Black.
Yep.
Yeah, right. With the I don't know, with the hyper smooth stabilization.
Yeah, it's predictive imaging. So like they guesses like where your shot's going to be. So it's super smooth. Where all the old ones and the other models, they do like half-second chops on the filming, so it looks super like just kind of like unclear. It's very fuzzy.
And choppy and bouncy. Yeah, this one, dude, you can run and haul ass, do anything with it, and it's just butter smooth. And so it eliminates gimbals. It eliminates all that stuff, you know, and it's super lightweight.
Yeah, which becomes important, right? Because a lot of times when we're shooting content, you know, right, we'll be in a space for whatever reason, and then we'll be like, oh, this would be a great shot. Well, then we got to plan for it, go back, you know, right? But you also don't want to have to lug around everywhere you go a ton of huge camera equipment, right? I mean, this thing you can have in your pocket, you can have, you know, in your briefcase, your backpack, whatever. You know,
have you built yours yet? Your vlog setup?
Oh yeah, it's all done.
It feels badass, doesn't it?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
It's a head turner, dude. And here's the funniest part: we'll be vlogging in these parks and all this stuff, and these kids come up, dude, anywhere from 5 to 10 years old. They're like, "Oh my god, you guys are YouTubers? What's your channel?" I mean, the wave that's coming. I had a 14-year-old at my house. I called Jesse. I'm like, dude, he's on YouTube all day. His friends are there. He live streams himself every day. That's their communication nowadays. So like, man, I mean, to kind of go off track here, like. That's what we see. You talk about the Zillows and these big, you know, companies, man. We're the millennial age. Like these people who want these answers, that's what we really want to hit. That's where the money is. They're living on YouTube. The stats prove it. And, you know, I mean, dude, it's crazy when we go around and people see us with this. I mean, we're YouTubers and we're starting to get known, you know.
Even like last night, we were at the Street of Dreams launch party for the builders. We had our setup. We got there right when it opened so we could get through all the houses really fast. But like everyone there, dude, they're like, oh my God, what is that? Like it's like such like a great talking point too, and a way to bring up just conversation.
Yeah, and I think that you guys just created a video or a checklist around the equipment setup, correct?
Yeah, we have a full checklist and like links to purchase whatever you need. And
okay, cool. So maybe we'll include that below so you guys can, you know, jump and get all the right stuff and not have to, you know, waste the time, energy, and money, that I did. And then from there, when it comes to, you know, editing, man, and again, the reason I'm bringing this up is I don't want to have those limiting beliefs that pop up with our listeners of why they may not do it. Right. So, and just being, you know, full disclosure, I have 2 full-time editors, at GSD Studios. So like, I've never edited a damn video, right. But what does it take? And what are the easiest platforms just to crank this stuff out and do this stuff? Right? So we can focus our time on servicing our clients and selling real estate.
Before Jackson gets it out, I'll say we've never, he edits everything and he would never had any background in it. I've tried doing it, dude. I get like frustrated. I'm like on my iPhone or I freaking had Adobe Premiere Pro and I'm like, screw this. I just want to do like my own personal stuff, but Jackson's learned it all on his own. And like, we've only been doing it now hardcore for like 3-4 months. So
yeah. And that's really, I mean, to go back, I was a journeyman lineman working on power lines. So I don't have any background in this shit at all, but I found like, oh man, real estate agents need help editing videos. So I learned that in the title very quickly, just on iMovie for free. And so to get into our programs now, if you look at our videos, you're going to be like, what the hell camera are they shooting with? What are they editing on? Like, it's got to be so expensive. Dude, I started with iMovie. I went up to Final Cut Pro. It was nice. And then I wanted to go one step more. So I went to Adobe Premiere. Dude, it was hard as hell. I couldn't figure it out. I went all the way back. All of our last, like, just sick videos are iMovie, man. 100% free. It's so quick for me to just chop these videos up, add all the titles. And you don't have to add all these special transitions into like, when we're talking, we can pop a screen up or a map that shows you where we're talking about, which the viewers love when we're talking about an area. We actually pinpoint a map. It's all on iMovie. So really those free programs, and I don't know what it's like on the like HPs and stuff, if there's a free editing software. I know there is, but iMovie is what we are using for all of our editing. It's 100% free, and it is the easiest platform.
Yeah, love it, dude. And then, all right, so you guys have only been doing this, you said, about 3-4 months of really leveling up and going hard at this.
Yeah.
Which is I would have never guessed that, right? Like, looking at how much content you have out there, I'd have thought you've been doing this for a whole year at least, right?
Yeah.
So and with content creation, man, consistency is so important.
100%.
Right? So to give people, because dude, we're in a business where people hit a lead source, we get impatient, we don't get the instant gratification. Like, there's always a build-up time, and you got to commit, right? So to give a realistic perspective, like, I mean, what's the amount of content that you need to be creating and putting out there, and what kind of a time frame, before you start seeing some momentum?
We try to do at least 3 videos a week on YouTube. Like, that's the goal, 2 to 3. The way it's set up.
And that was just recently. We were only doing 1 a week until a couple of weeks ago, where we were like, we got to add in filler video and content because like the consumers want it more. But our number 1 video was filmed on a phone in our office. So
yeah. But yeah, I mean, so the time we carve out usually is we set up times to go out and hit like a neighborhood. We usually jump in Jesse's car. We go hit the main areas. So we're shooting, a couple hours a day, probably now 3 days a week. And I'm bringing all that back, and I'm just, kind of in the lab editing, nights, weekends and stuff whenever I can. But yeah, we're doing, like he said, now that these consumers want more, our subscribers and the people who are calling are giving us video topics. Hey, will you go to this community and shoot this? Like, hell yeah. So it gives us new topics all the time.
Yeah. And we try to do it all in 1 day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And okay. So 1 day, meaning like 1 day a week.
Yeah.
To create all those videos for the 3 releases a week.
Yeah. It kind of depends. Like, if we're doing a filler day, like, just say like we did one, it was 6 steps to purchasing a house in Portland, Oregon, where basically that was like a call to action video on working them through the like call us, lender, all those things. Like, we can shoot those pretty quick in our office. If we're going out into the field and like doing community style videos, that's where it might take like a couple days, just because you're driving around to different areas. You got to get the drone up. We use a drone as well. It's like a hobby of mine, but now we just shoot like 2-3 minutes, a quick drone, which we just incorporate into the video. But
well, it's really cool because it gives a lot of agents a reason and an excuse, I guess, to go out there and really get to know their communities.
100%.
Right? I mean,
it's so much more.
How many real estate agents don't know their own communities?
Here's the funny thing, dude. I just moved here like just over 2 years ago to Portland. I'm from Northern Idaho, small little town. I didn't know, dude, you come here, you're lost. So I know what it feels like for all these subscribers and viewers who are moving here. Like, where the hell do you move? Jesse's been here his whole life, dude. And he has that obsession with this town. So it is really the perfect yin and yang situation where, the video skills paired with the guy who's going out. And that's what it is. But now, oh my God, I know like every area of the Portland Metro, and I can have very honest and strong conversations with anybody who calls me. Mm-hmm. I can place them in certain areas. And you nailed it, man. We know this community inside and out, and the local real estate agents here are starting to comment on that. They cannot believe, Jesse, like how much he knows of these areas.
Right. Yeah, I love it, dude. So then, you know, when it comes to, because you guys are shooting, like, maybe give just some different examples of because you know, community videos like of this neighborhood.
Yep.
Yeah, right. But then you guys are doing a lot of business stuff. But then you got to think about, like, what do people do recreationally? You know, like, do they go on hiking trails and do different things?
Yeah.
And, like, can you just give some different, you know, different things, examples of different things that you shot a video on? Maybe of, you know, your top 6 downloaded videos. You know, right? Again, just to plant those different ideas.
First and foremost, the cost of living video. Like Jesse said, I turned my phone around and filmed that. That's still one of our best videos, but we actually found out through a lot of these videos that it's families moving here. So we are big on going and finding parks. And a lot of these, you know, we're doing the safest neighborhoods and best schools. And in those videos, we incorporate parks. We're always showing where the parks are, you know, skate parks, wherever, you know, the kids can go walk trails. We'll walk those trails. We'll go look at the lakes. We actually value that more, you know, than shooting the buildings and stuff. We really want to show you, you know, what you get when you live in this certain community. So we're doing a ton of videos on parks and trails. And
but yeah, so like, yeah, the content title might not be like parks in Portland, but it is like 5 best neighborhoods to live in Portland, the 6 best areas to live with the top rated schools in Portland.
Yeah.
You know, the cost of living in Portland, like all those things. And those are, because like I said, we're really trying to cast this big net and get the most eyes on the prize. And then like in those filler videos, we can do like smaller things where it might be like the top 5 parks. Because at the end of the day, like it's about targeting the most viewers, you know, and with the filler stuff, we can start going more like narrow and like, because I think that's where a lot of people get discouraged, is where they'll put this video on of say like, what does escrow mean? And then they get like 5 views. I mean, we got tons of videos now with thousands of views. So, and we have some with only 200 views, and we can see why is because it was just too narrow of a title, or like we were just, you know, building out a smaller niche video, you know?
Yeah. And so our top 5 videos you asked, cost of living is one. We also did one, and it's where to live in Portland, Oregon. And Portland has 5 sections. And I'm sure like the Phoenix, you know, Metro and stuff, you could start talking about if you lived in Northeast or the bigger communities. So we tell you what it's like, the style of houses. And, you know, we go back and forth. I'm just kind of grilling Jesse on what it's like in those areas. That's a really popular one. So when people are searching the area, it's really broad, top of funnel. They want to move here, what fits their area best. And then, yeah, like the 6 tips on moving to Portland, Oregon is literally just a sales pitch. First of all, you need to call us. Second of all, we're going to get a Zoom call set up where we find your criteria. Third, we build out an awesome search of the exact home you want. You know, 4, we get you with the lender, and we work them down this funnel where they're like, oh my gosh, the phone calls we get from this, Josh, are like, oh my God, like, thank you so much for that. I can't believe you did that video. Like, can you help us? And we're like, sure, you got it. Oh, $1 million home? No problem.
I just watched this video and realized the first step was to call you. And then we got like so many calls off of that video. It was so funny.
There's a strong point to that. Sorry, we're kind of stealing, but like our game changed, right? When we did a month and a half of videos that were getting views, but we weren't getting the phone calls necessarily. And I had a thought one day, and it was before the 5 sections of Portland. I'm like, we met with a lender one time, and him and his boss were telling us, like, you got to tell people to work with you or else they won't. And so like
call to action.
Yeah, I started doing, we are working with clients all around the world who are calling us, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about moving here to the Portland Metro, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, direct message, send the pigeon carrier, and boom, waterfall effect. The phone rings 3 times a day. Like, It's crazy. You've got to tell these people to call you and that you love it.
Yep. Yeah, that call to action's huge, dude.
Call to actions.
The tweak and add, like our lender partner was telling us, he was like, dude, he goes, he was doing video and getting calls. And he's like, it literally was when I changed my call to action is when the phone started ringing. So we spent a lot of time like figuring out our call to action and the intro to our video, which is really fun now. And people, they're like, oh, you guys are so fun. You guys are so fun. And this and that. We've just like pieced together all these videos to create one killer intro, you know? Mm-hmm.
So then with the call to action and those intros, you know, because like we got to hook their attention.
Yeah.
Right. And so you got to make sure that you get the intro right, keep them engaged, you know, right. And then with the call to action, you want to make sure that you're inserting it at the right points, you know, right. So they stick along to get the value of the video. So can you just elaborate on, you know, what you found that's most successful with those two things? Like,
Yeah, you got to get
where to insert them, stuff like that.
You got to get your intro. The way we do it is now we kind of do these cool ones you're starting to notice where it's kind of us walking around and into the beat, they're bound, you know. But what we always say in the intro is the keyword that we search. So, hey, you're moving to Portland, Oregon, and you want to live in Southeast Portland. Well, we're going to do a video all about Southeast Portland. So stay tuned. Like, we hit them with the keyword. We hit them with what they want. Now they have to stay and get that information.
Yep. So then, okay, so that's just going to be a quick 10-second intro.
Yeah. Now ours progressed. If anybody's watched and goes and watches their videos, they're more like 15 to 20 because now we have that cool. That's our vibe, dude. So be yourself in these videos. We like the upbeat hip hop style video, and I'll slap some drone shots in there, some forward and reverse shots of me and Jesse walking, whatever. Usually I throw my kids in it a lot because people love that. So 15, 20 seconds, but make sure you tell them what they are going to watch. And then we hit them with our intro. That's the same every time. And then we come right back in and it's, hey, this is Jackson, Ray Wilkey, and Jesse Ray Dau. And we do our click. Yeah. You see Gary Vee with his.
We have our audio logo now, just because like with voice becoming going to be, it's in its infancy, right? Yeah. So like kind of like IBM has theirs in Windows. We have our new digital icon, which is really cool.
Yeah, so it's the J Ray. Somehow our initials are J Ray. So we made this J Ray, and it's a YouTube play button, and we slam that in there. So now, and that's one of the questions we get is all the time is, you know, our middle names. But now it's it's in their brain all the time. But we hit them with, you know, our names and our heavy call to action, and that it's two-part. One is to subscribe and hit the little bell, and two is to give us a call if you're even thinking of moving here. And then that's usually about 30 seconds to a minute. And then it's all the meat.
Okay, cool. So, okay. So all right. So you got the title hook, then your intro, which is the same every time.
Then your call to action.
The ending of the intro is the call to action, right? Then you're jumping into the meat. At the end of the video, do you have any call to actions at the end?
Yes. It goes back and like basically the intro is like our outro as well.
Yep. We slam them again with the look, if you're thinking to move, and we do it almost a little more heartfelt. Like, I really hope you enjoyed that video. This is a great community. If you're thinking about moving to this area or anywhere in the Portland metro, you know, make sure you give us a call. We're working with clients from all around the world and we absolutely love it. So, you know, reach out to us, and it's literally like post a video and boom, phone just starts ringing.
Yeah. Is there anything that you guys do? Like, look, there's days where I'm like, oh, man, like I'm just on it, ready to go for video. And then there's days where, you know, because we're also running our businesses, you know, at the same time where, man, maybe you're just in a frustrated, bad fucking mood. And then you got to fake it for this video. You know, the things that you do, because like, again, you're bringing out your personalities and, you know, is there any kind of like mental prep or anything that you do to, you know, make sure that you're right in that right mental state?
If we're like shooting and like, I can tell like if one of us are like sluggish or like fucking feeling like shit, whatever, like I'll be like, dude, we need to like get the blood flowing, and like we'll put it in our video too. Like we're gonna do like these little blood flow routines, right? Just to get your energy up, and because people see that on screen, dude. Like they know they don't want to work with us if we look like shit. And so yeah, we'll do it all the time, you know. And I told him yesterday, I'm like, dude, I hate shooting after lunch now because I'm always like tired and don't feel like doing it. And like, so now we try to do it earlier. And it really kind of just depends like what the day's going like. Yeah,
there's no real mental prep. And that's, I think scripting and mental prepping like too long will kill your video. It's not you. It's not your vibe. Mm-hmm. Dude, if you, like I said, if you speak from the heart and you show a lot of energy, dude, we get the comments too from all the haters out there. But great, comments make our videos rank. But the people that we want to work with are calling us. And that's the first thing they tell us is like, dude, we love your guys' energy. You guys are the funniest guys, you know, and so literally just get out there, know what you're going to shoot and make sure you have like all the information you're going to talk about. But yeah, man, go out there, get the blood flowing, laugh a little bit. If you kind of mess up or something, throw a little bit of that in your video because it really humanizes you. Mm-hmm. And that's it. There's no scripting. There's no nothing, man. You would laugh if you saw like, we'll take a notebook and scribble like 4 things to say, and we'll make a 15-minute video.
Yeah. And I think like where people get like really stuck or hung up is that they like want to go, and we made this mistake early too. Like when we were solo agents, was like interviewing community people, like business owners, t-shirt shop people. Our phones weren't ringing. We were meeting a lot of people. People like were joining our sphere of influence, but there was no action happening. So once we switched up to like doing more like broad community casting the bigger net, that's when the phone started ringing. So
yeah, and that's a great point, because there's probably a lot of people here who might be listening who've started doing community style digital mayor videos, and it feels good, and these business owners thank you, but your phone never rings, and it's very, it hurts the heart to like shoot all these videos
and your wallet.
Yeah, and you're not getting any returns. So that's what I'm talking about with the social stuff. It's like, man, if you start doing the videos where people are searching that, like you said, finger pecking that board, and you're giving those answers, that's how you have a value standpoint greater than Zillow, greater than Redfin, any of those platforms, because you're providing in-depth answers to those communities, and they would way rather work with you than anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Now, have you found with length, right? Because you get a lot of people out there like, oh, dude, keep your videos at 2 minutes, keep it at, right? But like when people are really like, I'll watch a 10-minute video of a virtual tour or whatever on a home, that if I'm actually interested in the home,
right?
To me, like I'll soak up as much of it as possible, right? So, do you find that length matters? Right?
No.
Here's the crazy thing: like we go from like 5 to 15 minutes. Dude, Jackson was just telling me, I didn't know this. What is it? 27% of the people watching our shit is like watching it on TV, dude. They're watching it like a TV series.
Yeah, so 40% of our views are from mobile, 25% are from a computer, and 25% is from a TV. And the TV, they watch, they'll watch 120% more of the video on TV. So they're just lounging, man, and they're watching like 25% of our, 50,000 views or whatever is people on the couch. But as for length of video, we came from kind of the social world of like keep it short. And we would do 5 to 8 minute videos, and they crushed it. And we started doing lengthier videos, and they started performing better, but you have to keep them there. And that's where we interject some drone footage and a lot of B-roll. There's a ton of B-roll in our videos, and that is super simple to do on like the iMovie. It's just dragging clips on top of each other. But if you can keep them there, yes, longer the better, for sure.
Yep, 100%. And then, all right, so you're using keywords everywhere, free Google, Google Chrome plugin, right? To help come up with the different topics, and and I'm assuming you're doing the same thing with your titling.
Yeah.
Is there any other hacks that you found out, like with Google, how the tags are, how the description of the video is? I think you did a post in the alumni group recently about backlinks. And the importance of those. Is there anything, any kind of hacks that you guys have learned that help build up a lot of traction?
A lot of hacks. Yeah, no, the title is the most important, having the keywords in there. So cost of living in Portland, Oregon is 2 keywords, like the cost of living in Portland, Oregon, and then just living in Portland, Oregon, and Portland, Oregon is 3 separate long tail keywords. All combined will have like 800,000 searches. So title is number 1. You got to have a title that matches that exact same keyword, and you can look up multiple. So where you can really dominate, I can make a video ranking YouTube in 3 different keywords. If you typed in best neighborhoods in Portland, we'll rank for that. Portland, Oregon, it'll rank for that. And then I'll actually throw in, if we're in a neighborhood like Nob Hill, I'll throw that in there too. So, and you took a vertical bar. So now I've like best neighborhood in Portland, Oregon, Nob Hill. So now if you look at all 3 of those keywords, we'll rank number 1 for all 3. And then we'll rank in there, for a few others. The tags, I don't know if they work or not. I throw them in a lot. I don't know if they help you really. I don't think they are from everybody, all the research I've done. And linking can be difficult. But yeah, we try and link out as many of the topics that we talk about in the description. It's a process that I've taken a long time to kind of, figure out. But the links really help you to rank your videos too. So, but the title is definitely because that's what they're searching. So you really got to nail that title, and then the intro and everything's got to be uniform with that title, if that makes sense.
Yeah, one thing too, another thing that you guys, do a great job at is spending time on creating the thumbnails, right? And when you watch other like huge YouTubers, like I just said, like a Casey Neistat, or like, dude, they can be so hooking, man, right, and get you in there. And what is the importance he found with taking the time to do the right thumbnails, and a lot of little things that people just miss.
Yeah, first we used to do like a real like social, like I don't know, like lifestyle thumbnail.
Yeah.
But Jackson was like really big on pushing our brand. So now we've like incorporated fun thumbnails of him and I. Like the one we released yesterday was like, it looked like we were like up above a stadium, and it's kind of like we look like commentators, right?
Right.
So yeah, I think, you can talk more about it, but I really like, it was big into the thumbnail push at the very beginning, just because it makes your channel look more professional.
Yeah, because when you upload a video to YouTube, it's going to give you 3 options of still pictures throughout your video. You can pick one of those, but it doesn't hook you, right? There is a free platform that I use called Snappa, Snappa, and you can go there and click on thumbnail, YouTube thumbnail template, and it's going to bring up the exact size you need for a YouTube thumbnail. It has a ton of free pictures, stock pictures in there. You can type beer or having fun, because we have a lot of breweries in Portland. So some of our videos I incorporate, like I'll type in craft beer and it brings up like these 2 gorgeous girls like looking at each other and drinking a craft beer, like beautiful image. And then I'll be like top neighborhood in Southeast Portland. It is so clicky. But I started doing that and they were really, really killing it. But I'm like, dude, we need to get our face all over these things. I want when people search Portland, Oregon, they only find us. And that's what they hear now. So now I actually take what I think is one of the best pictures of our video. So it actually shows the community or whatever the video is about. And then I put us in it. And it's usually a picture of us vlogging. And then the title, is going to be either, I usually put some words in that thumbnail to describe, what we're doing. It can be different than your title because they already read your title. So you can throw something a little bit different in the picture. So just go to our channel. You'll see our thumbnails and what we're talking about. But Snappa, dude, it's killer, man.
Mm-hmm.
So then, but you're still using Snappa today to create those, right?
Yeah.
You're just uploading the picture that you have.
I get so lost with all the freaking platforms on YouTube videos and equipment and all that shit. But dude, I reeled it back, man. I've gone through 50 plus platforms to like really dial this in. And now I have it to like the most automatic system where I can just I can get these videos. Now, like we talked about the community stuff, we go shoot a neighborhood video in 2 hours. I'll have like 32 gig, like a full 32 gig chip of like vlogging and drone. And I can get all that edited out, pushed out in like an hour or 2 with a thumbnail link. Like I've got it. I've built these processes personally to where I can do this stuff quick and it's all free stuff.
Yeah.
So then at what point, just to, again, give people the preparation, right, of I know the traction that you're now getting, which again has only been 4 months into this, with all the calls that you're getting, but like at what point was it, like month 2 or 3 that it really started clicking, and just so people stick with it long enough before they see those results?
Yeah, I think you could get it to stick.
I'm trying to think of when Jackson cried first on the first league.
Oh, dude, a dude calls me from Toronto, Canada, 3,000 miles away. Loved our videos. And it was after I did that, I switched that call to action. Boom, it called. So you can get this to start happening quicker. I would easily say in a couple of weeks, you would start getting a call or an email. And it might be someone who wants to rent, but you're going to get the call. Mm-hmm. We're 4 months into it when I did the cost of living. And then we almost took a break for a little bit. I did like 2 or 3 videos, like 1 a week, It was month 1 though. Like after the first month, I got the phone call. I switched that call to action. And you talk about energy, dude. We didn't need energy anymore. We were so jacked up to go shoot more videos. We couldn't fucking wait to go shoot more videos because it was making the phone ring. So now, it was a month, probably 4 to 5 weeks. It took us to get our first call. We've had 51 direct phone calls in the last under 3 months of people moving here. I mean, crazy numbers. Up to 3 a day. So if you do the keyword research, make some fun videos and tell people to freaking call you, dude, it'll happen quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love it. Now, do you guys, have you at any point yet, started to put money behind this with any, like you can Google pay-per-click or whatever for your YouTube channel. You can start, getting your videos recommended more or pop it up more. Have you done any of that, or is that kind of next steps now that you're getting the momentum that's going?
We haven't spent a dime on anything to promote our videos. And we with just the keywords we rank. It's crazy to me, see a video with 0 views show up we'll have 4 videos in the top 10 Portland searches, which is crazy. But when you talk about investing money, we haven't really talked about putting money behind the video platform, but what we are developing right now, which is going to launch any moment, because we're changing servers, right? Server providers. We hired a team to develop our website to convert all of our videos into blog form. So we can not only capture the video consumer, but also the reading consumer. And I went super scrappy. This lady I worked with a long time ago, her and her boyfriend started this company, developing websites that produce high SEO for startups. But then I went hard to find a blog writer in our neighborhood through Nextdoor. She's doing these blogs for $45, converting a video into a blog at over 1,200 words. Mm-hmm. And so once our video goes live, we'll have all these blogs that inject into these neighborhoods. So we're just going to freaking dominate, not only in video, but also in blog form. So that's where we're putting all of our money right now, is just to capitalize on the SEO piece.
Yeah, 50% of the world likes to read blogs. I think more of the world's leaning towards watching video, but now you'll have the blog and the video with the exact same title, and they'll be linking to each other, which only boosts up your Google ranking better because Google owns YouTube. But to go back to that, we did invest. There's pre-roll ads and post ads where they will send your video up. I wanted to just see it. I did it quickly for a couple of days. It was the worst mistake ever. So don't think you need to. There's 2 ways. So you can do a Google pre-ad. It's that 5 seconds before a video hits. All that does is hit it to a bunch of people who don't want to watch it, and they don't watch it. So it kills your rankings. So I learned quickly not to do that. Organic is number one. Google and YouTube really firmly believe on how much time people spend on your videos and how they got there. So if they're, clicking a YouTube search, or if it's a video, that's promoted at the end and people click on that, your rankings go up. So you'll go through kind of a YouTube probationary period while you're building these videos out. So don't get discouraged if your views aren't there. It's trying to figure you out. Are people really liking your stuff? Now, our videos are the most recommended video in Portland. The cost of living videos, where to live, that's at the end of almost every video. And I can see that on the back end of YouTube. So organic is the way to go.
Yeah. When we paid for it, it literally took us from, where I was saying we have 4 to 6 videos in the top 10 of every search. It pulled all of our videos out of there. I couldn't even find a video anymore. I was like, what happened, dude? This is crazy. And he's like, oh, we put a couple bucks behind this. It was really small spend. It was $3 or $4 a day for a week. And just to see if it would do anything. It created a lot of views. And we had a really, really big video that we pulled. And we had 10,000 views plus on it. And our phone didn't ring once off of that video. So we're freaking pull that thing. It was killing us.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it just comes down to the whole thing of quality versus just, blasting a ton of shit out there, right? And
you hit it earlier, consistency, man. We are consistent as hell. We get videos out and we're doing more and more now. So once what we learned too, that we don't need the super extravagant vlog style. We're going to continue doing those, but you got to give fillers, the 6 steps you need to know when moving to Portland. So you can turn your camera on and just film yourself for 6, 8, 10 minutes, telling them what they need to know when moving. I would stay away from the escrow process and all that shit. That's boring and they don't want to know that. And they're, like Jesse said, they're already probably working with an agent at that point, but give them all the steps they need to know if they're thinking of moving to your area.
Yeah. Love it, dude. And then, do you guys do anything to drive people there? For example, let's just say you have 10,000 people in your CRM. Are you, sending, when you have a new video, are you blasting that out? Are you putting it on Facebook to try to drive people that are in other mediums onto your YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do a lot of that on the social media stuff just because I don't know, Jackson has a family, I'm single, so I can just sit in bed and do it at night or in the morning or whatever. So I'll go onto Instagram. Once I see him, I'm instantly alerted when the video drops.
He's subscribed.
I'm a subscriber, dude. You got to get that engagement any way you can, right? Like your own comments, whatever. Once I see the video drops, I take that link in Facebook, and we have a group of people, our little clique that we have. And I send that into the clique, and I'm like, hey guys, new video drop. Please comment this ASAP which brings up your ranking and relevancy really quick. And then, so I do that on Facebook Messenger. We'll also do like a market update once a month, and I send that out to everyone through Facebook Messenger. And then we do the same thing over on Instagram. But the one thing I realized on Instagram recently, because they changed the algorithm, is I was snapshotting these pictures, and that like I was getting tons of followers and lots of likes on these pictures. Dude, that just died. Like I was getting 0 likes on these pictures, and I'm like, what's going on? Well, once I figured out that they don't like you now taking screenshots and putting it down in the thread, in the stories, you can do that. So now what I do is I just go Instagram live. I'm like, hey, we got a new video up. Go to the link in the bio, because we're not at 10,000 yet, so we can't do swipe up. And I've tried swipe up ads. It didn't work. But we can see like the videos that we're getting actually on the best platform is coming off of LinkedIn from any social platform. So we can see actually where people are coming from, and off any social platform. Like I said, most of them, the most producing social platform is LinkedIn.
Yeah, we definitely don't like worry about the social. Like we get it out there, but we're not getting a ton of the traffic's coming from YouTube. But yeah, man, we promote it really well to get more people to just go and subscribe and hit the button, which helps your channel grow. And Jesse does a great job at like every single video to those platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you're talking like LinkedIn, right, are you doing this screenshot that then drives in there? You just post in the link
I post a link because it auto populates, and LinkedIn is like an organic platform. So they don't penalize you for putting YouTube in the link like freaking Facebook and Instagram does. So I'll post it in there, and then I don't put the title in there anymore. I try to like make it more of like, what kind of a title would a CEO want to see, right? Once we've changed that up, we've gotten a lot more traffic off of LinkedIn.
Yep.
Yeah, love it. And the cool thing with LinkedIn, man, is it's like I don't put any money behind LinkedIn.
No.
Right. However, though, inside LinkedIn, especially if you like tap into Sales Navigator, it's like an extra $1,300 a year. But dude, you can boil it down to and send out connections to people that just live in this neighborhood. Yeah. Right. It's like I have my podcast manager, or and somebody on my team doing 50 connections a day, but they're all so laser. I mean, handpicked, right? And then getting them out of LinkedIn for Facebook ads or things like you guys are talking about with posting that content directly to those people. So powerful stuff. What's the importance of, comments and being on those comments? And you talked about, hey, when somebody leaves a negative comment, right? I think the natural reaction for a lot of people is just to delete it. Yeah. Right. But did you guys leave those up there just because it gives you more role?
And your haters. Love your haters, man.
So I like want to kill everyone.
Yeah, he does.
I get really pissed off, especially when they're just dumb comments. Because the funny thing is about Portland, there's like a really popular video about Antifa like taking over Portland. Do people move here and they're like families like, oh, do you see Antifa every day? It's like, dude, there's no Antifa here.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of people like, Portland sucks. It's full of bums and Antifa and this and that, so.
He is, yeah, and you can tell our personalities, dude. I none of that. I can roll that shit off my back. He like wants to find these people and go slap them. But I always love the haters, dude. The comments are what really make your videos grow. Again, I really want to reel this back to organic is key. So like if you're getting all these likes, even, if you're getting all these comments, and even if they're negative, they're a comment. So like these dudes are like, man, I lived in Portland, Mohawk. It's a shithole. It's going to burn to the ground. And I'm like, perfect, man. Let me know when you're ready to sell your house and I'll sell it for you. And so like, I'll just kind of engage with them that way. And now I've got 2 comments on that. And so dude, I'm always on there. I get notified every time a comment hits. It's kind of like when I wake up in the morning super early, I love seeing how many comments and stuff. And I go in and I hit every one, dude. I don't care how bad it is, because if I keep that good attitude about it, you wouldn't believe how many people actually go and like, geez, that guy is so rude to you. I can't believe that. Like, oh yeah, now they love me, but it's, love your haters, man. Don't turn off your comments because it helps your videos really grow. Yeah,
and there's like comment hacks too, where you can like, if someone writes a comment, you like comment back like with a heart, like you love the comment, and then you go and add another comment of like a question back to them. So you're really trying to create that thread.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always do it too. It's a good point. If someone's asking you a question or comment, if they just even like, hey, that's a beautiful neighborhood, I always go in there and ask them a question so that a comment thread will start building up and you get more comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, powerful stuff. Love it, dude. And I know that I don't believe that this was intentional, or maybe it was. But with the traction that you guys are getting, you're getting a lot of buyers and sellers, but you're having a lot of real estate agents now watching these videos and just been reaching out to you about, hey, like, how do we do this? What do we do? You guys recently made the decision to make a program
Yep.
For real estate agents to go out there and learn this stuff. And we'll have a link below for those to be able to learn more about it and all of that fun stuff. But talk to us about that. Like how did that come about, and what's going to be inside that program?
Well, I'm a capitalist and Jackson's a socialist.
Yeah, dude. What happened was Jesse. He was just like, man, like what you're doing is very, it's in depth. It's hard. He sees it. He's like, you really need to start teaching people this, who are reaching out. You should build a course. And I'm just like, to me, I'm like, dude, I'm just having a blast. Let's just keep getting a shitload of real estate business out of this and have fun. And, it kind of hit when I started getting a ton of reach outs. And then, when you wanted us on the podcast, it really hit me like, I do know a lot about this. That's how really this came about. It was really exciting for Jesse that we finally listened. But like I said, I've gone through 50 plus platforms. We've used phones. Like the very first, 6 months ago, we had a guy come and shoot a cool video of us and it was like $1,500. Like, what the hell are we doing?
And
man?
the editing took forever.
Yeah. So I have taken all of this struggle and pain where we carved out this killer YouTube channel and going to put it into a system where you can literally just pick up what we're doing and you'll start, building a badass channel instantly.
And both of us have done so many courses that we think that we know what the client experience needs to be. So at first we're like, we'll just do a light version of 6 pages and it'll be great. Dude, once we got into it, it was like, dude, this thing is super in depth. It'll just be the most simple guide to since I don't like doing it, I could go through the course and start doing videos on my own, because what we want to be able to provide to all the agents, since there is this blue ocean out there in every city basically, is that we want people to be able to go and start doing what we're doing and reap the rewards, because we know that there is a shift of real estate agents going out there and people are trying to do things and they get discouraged. Right. So we want to be able to provide that platform to other people so they can start dominating in their markets, whether it's through YouTube, and why the ocean is still blue.
Yeah. And the one thing that I know the way I do things, if I've been in some courses, if there's hour-long videos, really long sections, it's really tough to get through. Everything's going to be cut down to super small, sizable chunks. So you can watch a 3-minute or a 5-minute. I think the most is going to be a 10-minute video. So you'll always be able to reference that pain point that you need. But because that's the way I learned. But I called Jesse up. I'm like, dude, I'm building this course out. There's way more shit than I ever thought that I knew, that I take for granted of how quickly I can get these videos out. So
he deleted everything.
I started building the course and I deleted it all. I'm like, this isn't good enough. So I started from the very first step, what you need to do, building a badass channel art on your YouTube channel. Even if you have one, you can make it better, but that starting from signing up to Gmail to the very end, man. So yeah, it's really cool. It's going to be in very sizable chunks and easy to follow for anybody, because, the one thing we talk about a lot, and we said earlier, the millennial age is really coming upon us. We want to live in a space where these guys can get their answers from the YouTube where they're at. And, we heard the stat the other day that a lot of these people who are coming in the home buying process would rather work with an influencer than the top agent. So, and it's true. We're getting the phone calls a lot, and it's people who just know us, like us, trust us, and they can't wait to frickin' meet us, dude.
Dude, it's literally if you called up $1 million listing star, they get that. And I live downtown. I'm out almost every night, not every night,
yeah.
But I got girls hit me up on DMs now, which
Single
is crazy.
man, it's a killer.
That's crazy, dude. There's been some creepy stuff, which I don't like. But just even just local celebrity status amongst our community and our peers of agents, because we're both new, dude. Yeah, I did a lot of deals, and with Jackson, we've done a lot of deals this year. But it's just, you always look at these people upperclassmen when you're a freshman in high school, right? And I was in Top Producer this year, magazine here. And I'm like, dude, people know me now. And I'm like, oh, this is so cool. So it's a good, feel good thing. We're having a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. And we'll teach you exactly how to do it through the course, man. Just the exact way we're doing it.
Yeah. Yep. Love it. It used to be in real estate, it was okay, you got to make a choice. Do I want to be rich or famous? Right? Because we had to do, dude, I went through a phase in my real estate career. This is a lot of years ago, but dude, I was all over TV, all over radio, but that was costing me 50 G's a month.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. So you're having to spend all this money. And now today with YouTube and with social media, it's you need to be rich and famous. There's no excuse not to be both in your market, in your area. Become that local celebrity and just dominate that mind share.
Yeah, and now minus the camera setup, you can do it all free because YouTube's free, baby, and the organic crushes. So,
dude, there's just like the opportunity of like Gary Vaynerchuk talks about all the time. Like, yeah, saying that you weren't privileged back in the day was this, that was real, dude. Like, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 37, and I graduated high school, and I was listening to your story on Frank's show the other day, dude, and I was like, oh my God, this was me. Like, took the year off college, dude, went to freaking 2 terms, like, stopped going. Like, I've been passed over for careers because I never graduated college. It pissed me off. I like worked my way up in all these companies. And then now I come over and start this company and it's like blowing up. And it's just like, dude, it sucked because like I went through that error and there was like a lot of like, just, limited situations just because of a piece of paper. And that's what I love about today's world is because like there is so many free things. And like with our partnership, like he does so many great things that I freaking love that I don't want to do. I do the things that he doesn't want to do. And like, even outside of work, like he's family, I'm single but like, we still hang out. We're still great friends. And dude, we've never even like had an argument about anything because we always talk things out. It's just like one of those things, like we're always on the same page. We're always clicking, dude. It's like, it's crazy. And it's all these platforms that have given us these opportunities that like neither one of us could do all this on our own.
Yeah. And I'll say something that might relate to you and to a lot of people listening. Like, we formed this partnership, but I got fresh into real estate. And like I said, I'm not even from here, so I don't have a sphere. So like, it would have been really hard. The YouTube success would have helped, but I don't know if I could have done it without Jesse. So if you're a big real estate agent and you're wanting to get into this, but you don't have the time, money, and you don't want to pay $50,000 to get a content creator, he actually gave up a portion of his business. Mm-hmm. So every deal he closed, which was a lot, he was giving me a chunk so that I could feed my family, dude. And that only motivated me. And it's to a process to where we knew we would build something. And once we got up to the stage we're at, then it's splitting the business 50-50. But he gave me that kickstart. And you as a top producer, mm-hmm. instead of just shelling all this money out, like have a young, hungry real estate agent who can't get the business, but kills it with give him a piece of your business, like delegate, man. And it'll grow so much bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Couldn't agree more. And back to what you were saying, Jesse, with, with real estate, the lack of opportunities that maybe in the corporate world, right. That you got blocked from, what I love about real estate more than any other, even entrepreneur venture that I've ever been involved in is I've never seen such a level playing field.
100%.
Right. Like it doesn't matter if what your background is, what you're, like, it doesn't matter if you're short, tall, fat, skinny, if you have a thick accent or not, like anybody can kill it. Anybody can go from, having $0 in the bank, right, to being a rock star in 6 months in this industry, right. But you got to put in the work, man. And you guys are putting in the work and results are showing. So, and we'll have these all below in the links, where they can get information on your course, teaching realtors how to do this course, your website, YouTube channel, all of that. But just in case they're listening to this in their car right now, because I'm a big believer in just steal off of others, right? Like R&D, rip off and duplicate, right? So if you're looking for more ideas and as I said, man, just model after others, where do we find your YouTube channel? What's the name of your YouTube channel? What do people actually type in the URL to check out all the stuff you guys are doing?
Yeah, it's the Real Agent Now Group by Jackson, Wilkey, and Jesse Dau. So
yeah, if you just type in Real Agent Now Group,
Real Agent
you'll
Now.
find us.
We're trying to take a play on that, like, the Redfin, they're like, we're available now, dude. Like, we're the real agents and we're here now. So that's our group business. So yeah, you can look that up and literally go and check out those videos, dude. The cost of livings and stuff, copy them, dude. They'll kill it for you.
That's what we say. Like, that's like one thing I really loved about your stuff. Like when I was into like the mega open house course and all those things, like you always provided so much great content. And I was like, I'd be so fired up, dude. Like I started out on a team and they'd be like, dude, you're like walking fire. Like they didn't understand. I'd always think that these were like the greatest ideas, free Facebook ads, all those things. Nobody was doing it except for me. And that's why now I'm like, dude, copy, rip off and duplicate, dude. Like go to our YouTube channel, look at our like top videos, do them for your city. And we just want people to be successful.
Yep.
Yeah, powerful stuff. And those that are watching and listening, I know I end every podcast for this, but information without implementation is just the start of delusion. Information isn't power. It's taking action on that information that you learn that allows you to go out there and create the power so you can create the life you know you want and deserve. And Jackson and Jesse shared so many amazing pieces of advice with you guys today. Take something that you learned, go out there and take immediate action on it. And again, wherever you're watching or listening, below will be links to check out their YouTube channel, check out their course, be able to follow them on all the social platforms, all that good stuff. So make sure to take action on that. Jackson, Jesse, man, this has been a lot of fun. Huge honor having you guys on the show. Really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to be here.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. We're super stoked to be on here and love officially meeting you face to face.
Yeah, dude. What an honor. But yeah, great time, dude. And anytime we can rap with you, and we get a lot of people calling us, dude. We love talking about this stuff, dude. Just like you do when you're kind of perfect the craft. You just love freaking talking about it. So we're always up for that too.
Yeah, awesome. Love it. All right, you guys, thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Boom.
Hope you enjoyed this GSD Mode podcast episode. Now make sure you get shit done and smash that subscribe button now.